Wow. Imagine the technology. Imagine aerodynamic 15-foot flagpoles. I can pretty much hear Ollie squealing with excitement.
Hey guys, so this is going to be my first segment on answering some questions that some of you have. Number one, I think I'm very happy that I really did not expect to get 1,000 over subscribers. Really, when I started doing this vlog, it's actually more to, there wasn't really much expectation. I just really wanted to just show everyone what our group does every week, week in and week out. And then when we started cycling as a group, it started, I used to take a lot of photos and I used to share on Facebook a lot. Then I thought I wanted to up the game to do some videos and upload to YouTube, and I want to share the joy that we have as my buddies. You can see it, all my vlogs, all these are really my best friends. They've been with me through thick and thin in all my cycling adventures, right? So then I started doing this vlog to really more to commemorate the memories that we go through as an adventure, and I thought I want to share it with not only with my friends but also with my friends, my cyclist friends' friend, so that they also can tell their stories and tell the world, tell their friends or even their family, oh look, this is what we go through every weekend, this is where we went, this is the cycling routine that we do day in day out. And I thought by doing it, it's more to just sharing the joy among my small peers of friends. And I'm very surprised that it ended up in about 5-6 months I got 1,000 subscribers. I'm really excited. All thanks to all of you, everyone who has browsed me, or everyone who has supported me, everyone who has seen my videos and gave me really nice comments. I mean, I've read through all the comments. I try to. In average per video I upload, I get about 60 comments maybe, and a lot of the comments, I mean all the comments have been really positive. You guys really show me some love, you know. Is it called like this? Is how it's done? So there's so much love from you guys. I really appreciate it, and I feel really encouraged and very positive about this YouTube. I think I'll continue to make more videos that will help not only my friends to tell and share their story with their friends, but also to maybe help to tell everyone what is cycling all about, right? So one of the few comments that I've got, one of them that I could remember is Dennis. Dennis, if you're hearing this, actually this YouTube is, this vlog is just meant for you because you told me that you want to start cycling. And actually not only Dennis, there were a few others who actually asked me, hey, what do I do? I'm starting cycling, you know, what bike should I buy? What's the best bike should I buy? Or where should I buy it? This and that. I think that question, if you ask anyone, number one, wait, before I want to clarify myself that I am not a professional cyclist. I am just an enthusiast. I like the experience, the joy of cycling, the tech and the friends. I think I like the friends more. You know, imagine you have a group of people who you can really chit chat with. We just cycle to somewhere far and have a nice meal and cycle back, help out each other and experience the joy of cycling. So so if you ask anybody what is cycling all about, you know, like how do I start cycling, honestly it is very hard to answer. It's a very good question, because when you're asking how do I start cycling, where do I begin, it opens up another 1,000 questions, right? I think for me, I can't really advise you how you should start cycling, because I myself, it's really just trial and error. If you know me personally, you know that I started the cycling journey with Daniel. Daniel, I think you're watching this, because I think Daniel, you're my #1 supporter, and of course all the SUS group lah. Love to you again. I bought a road bike, titanium road bike, secondhand, 8,000 ringgit, and we started cycling. I think to answer your question, where do we begin as cyclists? I think first look around you. Who are your friends that will start this journey with you? Because to start cycling seriously, I think companionship, fellowship and friends is quite important. You can do it by yourself, yes, but let's start with friends. If you have any friends who are cycling and you want to join them, then you have to see whether are they doing mountain bike, road bikes, are they doing endurance, this and that. There are a few categories of cycling, right? You need to understand what are they doing. If you are starting it alone and you don't have crazy friends to do it with you, then that's much easier. So then you have to ask yourself this: what do you want to get out from cycling? Is it mountain bike? Is it road bike. This is the first two categories. I want to just go gravel, which is really adventuring off-road with gravel roads, going through Kelapa Sawit area, this and that. It's quite fun. It's actually a scene that's picking up in Malaysia. Or do you want to do road bike? And then if you're doing road bike, are you looking for pure speed or pure endurance? Because it's really two different things, right? Pure speed meaning you're normally doing around 50 to 100 km and you're going all out. Pure endurance, you're going slow and you're doing like 150, 200 to some of my friends like Marcus, he does 600, 800, 1000. So those, you're not doing it fast, you're doing it as an endurance level. So it depends really where and what you want to get out from cycling. So once you determine what you want, I'm not going to tell you what you should choose, but I'm going to tell you what I have chosen. I chose road bike mainly because honestly that time nobody advised me. I thought road bike was cool, you know, the road bike with the nice drop bars, a smooth looking frame and the deep section wheel. I always thought road bike looks a bit racer boy lah, and then I think everyone who knows me, I like to pose in front of the camera. I like to take picture of my bicycle. I think road bike looks good, so ended up doing road bike, not doing the actual road bike. Then that's where I started finding friends, and I first joined Team NATO lah. And Team NATO really helped me a lot in the sense that it really taught me about fellowship rides and this and that. But then because Team NATO, we quit from there lah, because their rides are too long, I don't have that visa, so we started our own group that ends the ride around 1 o'clock. So going back to the bike, right? Once you determine, like for me, I determined I want to do road bike, I actually then chose which bike I should go to. My first choice I chose titanium. Not right, not wrong, but if you ask me if I would turn back the clock, probably not the first choice I should have done, because end up it was an experience. I buy, sell, I learned a lot lah. So then when I titanium, I go to carbon, right? And I felt, okay, carbon is the way to go because carbon bikes are more racy, it looks nicer as well. So then of course there are titanium, carbon and aluminium. Which one would you go for, right? I think the question that Dennis you are asking is this. Your budget is 5 to 8,000 ringgit. Then I was telling you that once you knock off all the stuff, right? Helmet, jersey, I advise you to do cleat shoe as soon as you start cycling. It's an experience and you'll appreciate it. Right, clipless pedals, helmet, lights, belts and all those stuff. End up after you minus all those things that you need to buy as accessories and bottles and this and that, right? End up you probably balance 6,000 ringgit. Then you could opt for aluminium bikes. If your budget is between 5 to 6,000 ringgit, I would suggest to go straight to aluminium bike, because aluminium bikes would be, for that price range, is considered the high-end aluminium bikes lah. If you go for carbon bikes, they are considered very lower-end carbons, I feel. Because carbon bikes, I feel, if you're getting around that 3,000-4,000 ringgit price range for carbon bikes, the frame alone, carbons are harder to fabricate and harder to mold into a frame. Hence, carbon bikes are more expensive. And if you get at that price range, confirm.com, the carbon, they won't put in so much effort to make the quality there. I mean, there is quality, but I would put my money back on aluminium, because aluminium is an easier material to work with, and if you pay just for the frame around 6,000 ringgit for aluminium, you're getting one of the best aluminium frames around town. And aluminium frames, seriously, is underrated. It's actually very good. But the only reason why I go for carbon, because I saved up a lot and I had the means to do it. But if you don't have the means to do it, by all means go aluminium. Even go secondhand if you can't afford it, because to be honest, I don't think it's the bicycle that makes the cyclist. It's the cyclist that makes the bicycle move. So if you're a brand snob, I am a brand snob, sadly, but I try to humble myself to say that, look, my bike is great, but I'm crap, right? So I can't really push my bike as fast as it should be. But at the end of the day, I think it is still you. If you are strong and you put in the determination and the work into it, honestly, an aluminium bike can even do Audax 1000. It's really up to you, right? I think the important part is once you get the aluminium bikes or whatever bike, right? Get it, enjoy it, and see how far you can go. Then slowly you can upgrade from there, right? Maybe get an aluminium bike, about 6,000 ringgit, and the bike, the whole set and everything. As time goes by, you slowly upgrade, right? Upgrade your wheel, upgrade your group set, upgrade this, upgrade that. As time goes by, when all your group sets and wheels have been upgraded, and you save enough money, then upgrade your frame set and sell the aluminium set. The good thing about cycling is there's always a second-hand value for most of the things. So going back to the question, also, okay, so now you've determined that you want to get an aluminium bike or whatever bike. There are a few carbon bikes that's quite decent at that price range. I would probably think it would be Polygon, Trinks, Padus. There are a few brands that is there, like even Java, right? Don't look them off. even though it's not branded. But again, depends again. Are you a budget cyclist or are you a brand snob? So if you are a brand snob, then you are probably going to be sticking to Trek, Cannondale. Like for me, I love Stock. Why do I go for Stock? Stock is a boutique brand. Stock is a brand that is not common, and you know, I like to use brand that is branded but not common, so people don't think it's branded. It's just silly lah, but I guess some of you are like that lah. You know, you want to use brands that's a bit more rare, right? So, but Trek, Cannondale in Malaysia probably is easier to get because Pedal Sport is doing a great job with Cannondale. So you can probably try out with them. Cannondale is definitely a very good brand. But if that budget is out of your reach, don't feel bad about it. You can get it later on, right? So start off with Polygon or whatever, right? I would say I think Polygon is a great brand. I know Polygon is world famous for mountain bikes. It's just that it's not so famous in road bikes. And around the world, even in US and Europe, Polygon is pretty famous and they're quite decent, right? And they sell really expensive mountain bikes. But road bikes, they are more entry level, and they are Indonesian-based company. But I believe at least you go for reputable companies. Their QC is there lah, better than you buy a bicycle with no brand. Like I know there's this guy. If you look, I'll try to snapshot the picture here. So this fella bought a bicycle from I think AliExpress or Taobao. It's an S-Work, but it's crap. Not because it's crap for it being crap lah. I think you don't buy a fake good and put in a bash and say you're specialized S-Work this and that lah, right? It's like you are trying to be who you are not. Honestly, if I can't afford an expensive bike, I will proudly carry brands like Trinks, Elf, Polygon. I'll use the bike with pride. I'll take nice pictures of it, right? It is you who make the bicycle work, not the bicycle the other way around, right? I don't think you should buy a OEM frame for safety reason. Because imagine this, if you're traveling, like for me, if I go downhill or cycling on the road at 40 km per hour or going downhill at 80 km per hour, I would not put my bet on a frame that is imitation and probably don't go through a QC test. I don't know, maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe OEM factories do quality tests. I don't know. Right? But I know if I buy a decent branded bicycle like Polygon, Stock for sure, Trek, Cannondale, and all these great brands, they have a QC they need to meet. If not, you know, customers will sue the hell out of them, right? So I buy the brand is because I want to put my life on a brand that I can trust lah. So that's my take lah. So if you're a brand snob or non-brand snob, I think end of the day, determine what bicycle or discipline of bike you want to get. If it's road bike like me, then you need to see there are a lot of questions around it, like the size, right, fitting, and maintenance, spare part, warranty. All this, if you try to do it by yourself, you can, but it's trial and error. You probably need to pay for the mistake you do lah. Oh, there's one more brand that you're asking me, Canyon. Canyon is a great bike, by all means. If you can get it, get it. But Canyon, if you buy it, I believe the warranty process is a bit more challenging because if anything happens to the bike, you can't really bring it to the shop unless you build a relationship with the shop lah, right? And of course the shop will help you out. But if you buy a bike from a shop that's already selling that brand, they have spare parts and this is that, it's easier lah. I'm not too sure about Canyon. I won't say they are bad or they are good, but by all means go for it if you feel you're comfortable with it lah. I will always prefer brand that I know the shop has the spare parts and the shop is selling it and they're servicing it. So that's me lah for say. Then once you choose the brand that you want and you determine that your budget is there, then you have to look for the bike shop that you think you can service you. That honestly, looking for a bike, looking for a frame, in my point of view, looking for the brand is probably the easiest part. I think the hardest part for me is to choose a bike shop. I've been to many bicycle shops, and I feel that whenever I enter a bicycle shop, I just can't click with some of the resellers. I think you have to have a chemistry between cyclist and bike shop. You definitely need to have that chemistry. You know, you have to have that love and the fellowship and the companionship, because going to a bicycle shop, there are few that have really bad experience. Go there, the salesman just, you know, that's it, right? He don't even entertain you, he doesn't even try to be friends with you, right? And if you don't buy things, you're just browsing, they don't even try to entertain you. I think bicycle shop needs to up their service. If not, they're scaring customers away to buy online, right? That's how Canyon makes their money anyway. So I think bicycle shop needs to up their services. So you have to find a bicycle shop that you feel that you're comfortable with, the people you're comfortable with, right? Then once you find the comfort level that you have, then you find out what brands they have. Then probably you can buy from them, right? For example, even if you go for Cannondale and they are distributed pedal sport, there are a few shops you can go to, right? If you want to try brands like Stock, which I'm supporting Stock mainly because again I love the brand, it's boutique lah. It's because I have this really strong relationship with the bicycle shop, One Cycling Industry, right? I'm not saying I'm not saying OCI is better than other bike shops. I'm just saying that for me it's the best, because there are many times where something I fixed in my bike, it got broken, they sorted it out for me. When I did a mistake with my bike, they sorted it out for me. They don't judge you. They help me. They tell me blah 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 blah. This is how you do it in the future. And when I have warranty issue, they always help me, right? So I think getting the bike shop is also important lah. Then after that, once you find your bike shop, you determine the bike you want to buy, you buy it, then by all means join your group rides, right? Join the group rides that you're comfortable with. Again, it's all about chemistry. I do not encourage you to ride the bicycle alone in open road by yourself, but if you really want to hit the distance of 40 km, 60 km, 100 km, 200, 300, 1000, it's really who you ride with. Like, respect to Kelvin and Michael. They started cycling, what, 3 months ago? Their coach is Marcus. Bloody hell, 4 weeks ago I think they did 300 km Audex, and yesterday they did 400 km Audex. Newbies, you know, newbies. Respect, I can't even do 300 km, right? So it's the people you ride with that will help you lah. I think I answered whatever I can answer, right? Generally, I try to sum it up as a cyclist. Choose a bike you can afford. Don't worry about it. You will still enjoy cycling, and as you pick up cycling, years goes by, save up money, upgrade. Then you know where you're heading towards, right? For me, how I could afford a 40,000 ringgit road bike is not because I'm rich. I'm nowhere near rich level. I'm not a bangsawan and all, but I actually started buying and selling bicycles, right? For example, when I started cycling, I bought a 8,000 ringgit titanium bike. After using it for about a year, I wanted to change to carbon. I went for Cipollini. I managed to sell my bike for 7,000. No, the frame alone I sold for 6,000, but there were other stuff like group set, this and that. End up when I sell all the parts plus the wheel set, even though I bought a whole bike at 8,000, I probably sold everything and I made total of 9,000 ringgit, right? Then I bought a Cipollini. As time goes by, I buy, sell, I upgrade. If you are trying to save money, you can buy second hand and slowly progress lah, because you won't lose much money in second hand point of view lah, right? So that's how I started cycling. Then buy, sell second hand. I save up the money. Then I met up with Robert, Philip, Elias, introduced by Daniel, because Daniel he has close relationship with One Cycling Industry as well. Then when I met up with them and I was introduced with the brand Stock, I was really intrigued with the brand. I tested their bikes and I love it. It's so comfortable and all. So I really worked hard and I saved money and I managed to buy the frame, and all my second-hand group set I transferred to the frame, to the new frame, and then my old frame I just sell it off. I didn't lose money because second-hand frame tend to stay that value, which is very safe, right? Then I continue saving, buying, and end up after 4 years, when Stock, OCI told me, hey, I'm bringing this Air Fast 3, you interested or not? I wanted this brake because for safety reason. I'm a big rider. I think big riders need a disc brake, so I really needed a disc brake. I wanted a disc brake for safety reason. So then I managed to sell all my equipments, and I surprisingly, with a bit of savings, I have enough cash to buy the Air Fast 3, which is about 37,000 ringgit, and I still had a bit of cash to upgrade to the newer wheels. So now my bike costs 40,000 ringgit, which is I'm so happy. But I can't ride today because of the rain, but I managed to ride indoor lah. Yes, Vera. Okay, so I think that's about it. That's all I want to say today. Oh, wow, like that. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, like that already 20 minutes. Wait, I actually thought I want to do a 10-minute video. If any of you has listened to my craziness of talking for 20 minutes, that's all way. I also find myself boring sometimes. But again, thank you again for all your support. Much love from my family and I. Of course, also from my cycling group. I think that's about it. That's all I can say. If there's any other questions, please put in the description below any questions that you have, or any comments that you have, or any suggestion that you have. Make the discussion board very interesting. I can tell you, whoever posts your comments down there, I'll read it, and also not only I, other people will read it, and maybe your tip will help others. Right? So that's all I can say about starting bicycle. You know, find the friend you're gonna do with it. If not, start by yourself. Find a bike shop, get the right bike. There's no wrong bike, but at least get a bike that's branded and reputable, and enjoy cycling. That's about it, right? So that's all I have to say. Ride on, be safe, and God bless you, and take care, you guys. Take care. Happy New Year 2021. Hey, how do you flying kiss, Vera?